Coming up tonight, political mischief or otherwise, a political ad stirring controversy today. Also, a series of sexual assaults reported over the weekend. And later, a business goes up in flames. We hear from the operators tonight. Eyewitness News starts now. Good evening, everyone. I'm Janae Nawal. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping news tonight, political mudslinging in the form of a printed full-page ad is causing some controversy in the country's political arena. Arlington Ritchie Jr. has the details in our top story tonight.
A full-page advertisement in today's Tribune has ignited discussions across the political landscape. The ad, titled, open quote, "Joe Beth for Deputy," close quote, has raised speculation about whether the Minister of Energy and Transport could be positioned as the next deputy leader of the governing Progressive Liberal Party. But where does that leave current deputy leader Chester Cooper? Cooper was quick to shut down the speculation today, telling reporters he isn't moved by the advertisement.
So there's no concern for you?
Absolutely none.
For many, the ad also begs the question, who is behind this attempt to stir political controversy? PLP Chairman Fred Mitchell concluded the ad is nothing more than, open quote, "political mischief by the F&M," close quote, and criticized the Tribune for being, open quote, "unethical," close quote, in publishing it. But the opposition's chairman, Dr. Dwayne Sands, strongly denied the claims, stressing that the F&M's hands are clean.
We have no idea who put the ad in the paper. It is certainly not anything that we would have arranged.
Sands added that the ad highlights what he sees as unrest within the PLP.
That said, it speaks to the level of chaos and infighting within the Progressive Liberal Party.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Philip Davis took to his X account to clear the air, writing, open quote, "The Deputy Prime Minister continues to have my full confidence and support as the Deputy Prime Minister and as the Deputy Leader of our party. The Minister of Energy and Transport is doing excellent work in her ministry, driving forward our country's first nationwide comprehensive energy reforms to bring down electricity prices and strengthen our grid for reliability and resilience," close quote. Cooper echoed the Prime Minister's confidence, telling reporters he remains focused on the party's agenda and not on political propaganda.
We've laid out a plan and our blueprint for change. We have 2 more years to go, and I will be resolutely focused on the work that the Bahamian people and the Progressive Liberal Party has asked me to perform on their behalf.
As for the opposition,
why they won't call our name is beyond me. But, I got some popcorn, and I'm smiling and laughing and watching this all play out.
Eyewitness News understands that the ad's publication came with a hefty price tag, $900. Linton Ritchie Jr., Eyewitness News.
Still talking news from politics tonight, former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis says he expects to be a candidate in the next election and plans to continue representing the Killarney constituency. This despite the fact that the Free National Movement has yet to announce any candidates. His comments come after the F&M leader, Michael Pintard, told reporters that every one of the dozens of aspirants must go through a training process. Well, Dr. Minnis confirming that he hasn't participated and stated that that requirement has never been a protocol within the party.
Dr. Minister tapped on the shoulder.
All who attended the module, inclusive of the former leader, all of them should be in the constituency. The best 39 will emerge.
I heard anything about that. They're talking, I hear, but applications and all that has never been the procedure. That has never been the procedure. So no, I have done not. I have done neither of any. That has not been the procedure.
Well, despite those slated candidates not being revealed as yet, Dr. Minnis insisted that he is still in FNM. But as for a tap on the shoulder that the party's leader, Michael Pintard, says many have received, Minnis telling media today that he's not in that number.
Yes, I do. I'm an FNM. I'm an FNM. No, nobody tapped me on my shoulder, unless you want to tap me on my shoulder. But no, nobody tapped me on my shoulder. I don't know exactly what that means. I answer to the people. Right? People guide me, and God guides me. As far as I'm concerned, I'm an FNM.
Well, Donald Trump was sworn in as the 47th President of the United States of America at the Capitol Rotunda, marking a political comeback after being convicted of felonies. In his inaugural address today, Trump vowed the golden age of America is starting as he listed his priorities on trade, immigration, and national security, while also criticizing President Joe Biden, who sat nearby. We have coverage tonight on Beyond the Headlines with Shanique Miller. Well, tonight, a 26-year-old and a 24-year-old man, they're in police custody in connection with an alleged sexual assault in Grand Bahama. Preliminary reports indicate that a woman was asleep at an inn on Kings Road around 4 a.m. when a man who she knew woke her, sexually assaulted her, allegedly, and robbed her at knife point. In New Providence, police are also investigating another case where a woman was allegedly held against her will from Friday to Sunday. Authorities say she was sexually assaulted multiple times by a man known to her. Now, police say they are pursuing significant leads into both alleged rape cases. Eyewitness News speaking with Kelly Boswick II, director of Women United, who stressed the need for stronger action against sexual violence.
Instantly take heart and find the soul of what it means to truly be Bahamian, get together and stand like columns around those who need us. There's no reason why we can't do better, but we need to do more than read about it and expect others to be our voice. If everybody whispers, you will have a resounding sound. If everybody drops a pebble, the ocean will recall its movement. Everybody needs to move.
Meanwhile, Boswick II says she would like to see more work done as it relates to the sexual offenders registry.
I would say yes to that. Once the DNA evidence shows that you are the perpetrator, because you cannot do this to somebody who may be innocent by any means or chance. The standard for criminality is beyond reasonable doubt, but we all know that there's been somebody who's had a crime attached to them that they have not done. You know, there can be no room for error once you put somebody's face against a sexual crime, particularly as it pertains to our youth, our babies, our children. But should the register be in effect? Absolutely. And just, we have to do better. But yes, expose them. That's a part, I think, of their rehabilitation, because it may rehabilitate the mind of a possible offender to know, you know what, they look like they're getting serious. I better zip it up, and I don't mean their mouth.
Meantime, the murder of 33-year-old Chantal Miller has left her family reeling as the young mother deemed this year as a new era for her and her 4 children, just days before gunmen snatched her future away. Lyndon Ritchie Jr. has the details tonight.
For 33-year-old Chantal Miller, 2025 was meant to mark a fresh start. She'd openly shared her aspirations and dreams for a brighter future, just weeks before her life was senselessly cut short. Her mother, Mary Lou Miller, told Eyewitness News that Chantal had high hopes as she prepared to turn a new page in the new year.
She said to me, Mommy, this is going to be a good year for us. We're going to do some things that we never did before. She said, and another thing, Mommy, I'm going to start reading my Bible more. than I used to before. I want to give Christ my life.
But those dreams were tragically shattered when gunmen opened fire on Chantal and her boyfriend during an evening commute through Nassau Village last week. In an attempt to flee, the boyfriend lost control of the vehicle, which crashed and overturned. Chantal succumbed to her injuries at the hospital. She leaves behind 4 children aged 15, 13, 10, and 7, who she adored deeply.
She does everything for her 4 children, all in a different way. Each one of them, she had a special love for them in a different way. She would do the work for her kids.
The devastating loss has especially been hard on the children who are grappling with the void left behind by their mother's untimely death.
They hit us up. So the children, they scream for that first moment, and they realize, and then they said to me, Grammy, let's pray. And they began to pray, and I prayed with my grandchildren.
For a brief moment, the family held on to hope after Chantal's stepfather received word that she was still breathing.
He's at the hospital, and they sit him in a little room. The doctor wanted to talk to him. So I said to my husband, if the doctor wanted to talk to you, then you know exactly what happened. And he said, no, honey, they said she's alive.
But just minutes later, their worst fears became reality.
10 minutes after that, he called me back and said she passed away.
Mary Lou Miller described her daughter's murder as an agonizing blow, compounding grief from an unhealed past wound.
I just lost my son 6 months ago, and they were very close.
Now she says she must find the strength to carry on for the sake of the children left behind.
It's hard, but I'm holding. That's all I can say.
Eyewitness News has learned that Chantal's boyfriend, who was driving the vehicle the night of the shooting, is out on bail for murder and under electronic monitoring. Sources close to the investigation suggest he was the intended target of the attack. Linton Ritchie Jr., Eyewitness News.
On to some other news tonight. The country's leader dismissing a report by the International Economic Watchdog, which says the Bahamas is experiencing sluggish economic growth years after the economy surged following a pent-up demand on the heels of that global pandemic. This as government officials say they will govern the country as they see fit, notwithstanding the recommendations from agencies that its representatives could help the Bahamian economy. Jose Etienne has the details tonight.
Prime Minister Philip Davis rejecting the findings from a report issued by the International Monetary Fund, which revealed that the country is wrestling with an economic downturn after a remarkable post-pandemic recovery.
That is their prediction. All right, we have our own predictions. We don't see a slowing down in the economy right yet.
His comments coming in light of that report, which outlined public debt, the high cost of living, and high exposure to natural disasters as issues hampering the country's economic climb some 5 years later.
There are some headwinds for us, but it's not in the economy. It is the obligations that have been incurred over the years that is holding us back.
Also in that report, though, are renewed concerns about the country facing a high risk of sovereign debt stress, given that the Davis administration continues to ignore the IMF's recommendations on raising taxes, whether it be income, corporate, water, electricity taxes, or most recently, the value-added tax, which government recently reduced on food items by 50% in an effort to alleviate the high cost of living.
We see the observations made by them, but we will ensure that we continue to ensure that our economy grows and not slows.
And by that, government is doubling down on its improved tax administration, enforcement, and compliance methods to meet its fiscal goals, which IMF executives and local economists say are quite ambitious. Jose Etienne, Eyewitness News.
Well, Prime Minister Philip Davis also responding to that IMF report, which also revealed that government had maxed out its legal ability to borrow from the central bank as of October of last year due to increased reliance on this funding source with private capital deployed elsewhere as a result of higher returns. According to the report, those higher yielding investments, including the $130 million in financing solicited by the Bahamas Grid Company, the special purpose vehicle that was formed to transform New Providence's electricity grid, that's central to the Davis administration's energy reform plans. It's being reported that private investors tapped out, subsequently forcing government to turn to the central bank to meet its deficit financing needs for the period between July and September of 2024.
Again, that's another issue between the fiscal authority and the monetary authority, and we're dealing with that as well.
General Ryan Pinder throwing a jab at members of the judiciary, where he seemed to have renewed concerns about the length of time it takes members to hand down their judgments. His comments come at a special sitting for judges as well as the Bar Association members, government and opposition officials, as they bid farewell to the outgoing Court of Appeal President John Isaacs. While Pinder commended Isaacs as one who handed down judgments with punctuality, he suggested that his counterparts are not doing the same.
The record will show that for 28 years, Justice Isaacs has been an integral and important part of the judiciary of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. It is a record of public service to this great nation. His commitment to service is something to be proud of and for all of us to certainly respect. As a judge, he is known for his work ethic, and he has never been the subject of public or private criticism that he takes too long to deliver his judgments. This is something to be commended, an example that certainly the current judges should strive to emulate.
Well, we'll have more on his successor in a later report, but on to another story tonight. Devastated but determined. That's the mindset of a proprietor of a local business establishment that went up in flames less than 24 hours ago. He returned to that scene today where he saw the end result of a fire that wiped out his business. Jose Etienne has the details with him and the way forward.
The bay, located behind Arwaki, had become a hotspot for locals and tourists who flooded the venue every weekend for fun and socializing. That all changed early Sunday morning when the popular night spot was reduced to ashes just hours after its owner closed up shop.
I got a call around about 6:40 a.m. in the morning saying that, hey, the bay is on fire. And when I came, unfortunately, it was the bay.
That's Anthony Saunders, the owner of the bay, describing the moment he discovered that his dream, years of hard work and investment since opening in 2020, had literally gone up in smoke.
I put my life savings into this, and it's very sentimental to me because I really put my passion into this, and we just renovated the place, and I fully designed and along with friends and ideas and came up with all the team, the renovation, the material, how it's going to look, the aesthetic.
What you're looking at is the aftermath of a fire that ripped through a business establishment and reduced it to ashes. Over here at what used to be the VIP section, you'll see a burnt frame still standing. Hundreds of persons gathered here on any given weekend to socialize. Now, while the VIP section and the cabanas were completely destroyed, miraculously, the other side of the bay was untouched by the fire.
The main building for the storage, the bathroom facility, and the kitchen is fully operational. It's just the outside. It was the bar, VIP section, private cabanas, hookah booth, and decking areas, all went up in flames.
Despite the devastation, Saunders remains optimistic. He estimates the damage to be in the thousands, but says he's not discouraged.
I'm a setback for a major comeback. I'm excited to see how I can rebuild this and rebuild it bigger and better.
In fact, he plans to rebuild and says the bay could be back in business within a few months.
Target is 3 to 4 months.
3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
So safe to say, by the half-year mark of this year, persons should be back here having a good time.
Definitely, but God willing.
Saunders is determined to restore the glitz and glamour that made his business a shining gem in that community.
People fall in love with the spot. We attract people of all walks of life, the young, the old, the urban, the more upper class, politicians, doctors, lawyers. We attract a little bit of everybody here. Also, we have a lot of tourists who come here.
While the fire was a major setback, Saunders says it's also a learning experience.
Never take your investment for granted and always protect it at any means necessary. I used to have a person staying on property, but they left, and so I was trying to get somebody else to be on property or even security, so that's something we was actually looking into. At least if somebody was on property, they could have been able to catch the fire more quicker. To any business owner, whatever you feel you need to do and every step you feel you need to take to protect your business and secure it, do it and never take it for granted.
Meanwhile, fire officials are still investigating the cause of the blaze. Jose Etienne, Eyewitness News.
Well, the Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, Jomo Campbell, affirming that Arwaki will be outfitted and further equipped with the right infrastructure to prevent future fires.
As you would know, there were several fires actually, two recently on the Porterski Dock area. And we're working feverishly with the Ministry of Environmental Health and Ministry of Public Works to get those stalls restored to their original position. It was a very unfortunate situation in the Awaki area with the fire that took place. Where the fire took place does not fall under the remit of the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources, but nonetheless, devastation is devastation wherever it happens. And we encourage everyone to practice safe methods when handling any sort of material. We know that the flammable material, we know that the fire that happened on the Porterski Dock the other day was as a result of a welding accident that went bad. And I can say that as of this morning, the Minister of Energy and myself we had a conversation because we are feverishly looking to move forward with the electrification on the Porterski Dock. That is also something that is a long time coming, and those vendors can look forward to seeing us in the very near future, perhaps even this week.
Well, if you've got a news tip or if you've seen news in the making, call the ION News hotline at 397-6397. We also invite you to send your letters to the editor for publication on all of our social media platforms at eyewitnessnewsbahamas@gmail.com. And if you're watching on our Facebook or YouTube page, share your thoughts about today's stories in the comments section. We want to hear from you. We're just getting started in Eyewitness News, but when we come back tonight, the new Court of Appeal president offering a strong message as he sets off on his new journey. We've got that story coming up. And later tonight, the housing situation in the country under a microscope. We've got the details right after this break.
Whether you're crossing borders or navigating busy airports, with BTC's reliable data roaming, you're always in touch. In a fast-paced world, staying connected is key. Don't miss important moments. Stay connected effortlessly with BTC, wherever your journey takes you.
The most important thing in life is family, and whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
This one? No. Hey, look, KFC has an incredible promo.
I already had that for lunch.
Crunch your hunger cravings and satisfy the whole family with KFC bucket meals starting at just $20. Get freshly prepared golden fried chicken, buttery biscuits, and add your favorite large sides. Bucket meals starting at just $20. KFC, finger licking good.
365. That's how many days you can save this year at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Chef Boyardee spaghetti and meatballs, 15 ounces, $1.79. Cardinal evaporated milk, 14 ounces, $1.19. Ginger Evans flour, 5 pounds, $3.69. Kellogg's giant size cereals, assorted 23 to 28 ounces, $6.39. Green peppers, $1.99 per pound. Whole chicken wings, $1.79 per pound. Specials every day at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Doctors Hospital is reimagined primary care. We have invested to improve our health system, ensuring that accessible, affordable, world-class clinical care is closer to you. Your relationship with a primary care provider shapes the foundation of your overall health. Our new, modern primary care facilities are where critical diagnosis and true personalized treatment begin. With locations across New Providence, Grand Bahama, and Exuma, we invite you to experience the Doctors Hospital difference. Book your next appointment at clinics.doctorshos.com.
At the Water and Sewage Corporation, safety and convenience are our top priorities. However, our meter readers face challenges that can make their job difficult. Locked gates to guard dogs sometimes leads to missed readings and estimated bills, which can be frustrating for you and us. That's why we're upgrading to digital meters. They bring safety, accuracy, and convenience to homes across the Bahamas. We can streamline data collection, reduce on-site visits, and provide more accurate bills with no more estimates. Digital meters also help detect leaks early, saving you from costly bills and reducing water waste. Soon, a user-friendly app will let you track your water usage, manage bills, and stay informed, all at your fingertips. Over the next year, we're rolling out digital meters nationwide, transforming how we serve you with a safer and cost-efficient water supply. To learn about our digital meters, visit our website or call us today. And don't forget to update your information at any of our locations.
Whether you're crossing borders or navigating busy airports, with BTC's reliable data roaming, you're always in touch. In a fast-paced world, staying connected is key. Don't miss important moments. Stay connected effortlessly with BTC wherever your journey takes you.
The most important thing in life is family, and whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day, whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance.
This segment of Eyewitness News is brought to you by EV Motors. Drive the future with brand new 2024 electric vehicles. EV Motors, powering your journey.
Welcome back. Here's a look at your Eyewitness News gas tracker. You're getting the cheapest tonight at Shell, $5.37, Esso, $5.38, and Rubis, $5.53. Welcome back. You're watching Eyewitness News. Well, in news from the housing market tonight, the International Monetary Fund, or IMF, has raised alarm over the worsening housing affordability crisis here in the Bahamas. With rising costs and limited availability, it's placing significant strain on residents. Laurencia Smith speaking with members from the real estate sector and filed this report.
According to the 2022 census published in 2024, there are a total of 144,128 dwelling units in the Bahamas. However, despite these findings, the International Monetary Fund has highlighted that the country is faced with a housing crisis. And members of the real estate sector say they're not surprised by these findings.
An unhoused nation. If we look at the next 5 to 10 years, and what this is going to lead to is now people moving back with family. People living in places that are not tenable, right? Maybe not having water, not having light. And worst case scenarios, we see a lot more people who may be employed not being able to find rent and living in their cars.
That's real estate expert and CEO of One Oak, Matt Sweeting, shedding light on the long-lasting consequences of the ongoing crisis. Meanwhile, the report highlighting a troubling reality. While short-term rental have undoubtedly given a boost to the country's tourism market, they've also exacerbated the affordability crisis, making it even harder for many to secure housing. The IMF points to a significant surge in short-term rental listings in the country, which have more than doubled since 2018. From 4,076 in January of 2018 to 7,265 in August of 2024. The increase reflects a growing trend in the nation's rental market. President of Arawak Home Limited, Frannon Wilson, suggests that the rental model is actually making the situation even worse.
On the downside is a lot of units that would have been on the market for long-term rentals now today, people don't even offer it as long-term rentals. Like literally, even if you prepare to give X amount per month, they say no, we want this is for Airbnb and Airbnb only.
Now, the report acknowledged that the country has seen a population increase. However, it did note that the household average remains stable, sitting around 3.5 to 3.7%. But however, it also noted that certain communities here in the capital, among them Freetown, the Baines and Grantstown community, and here in the Fort Charlotte community has a high population density.
A lot of Bahamians, a lot of Nasuvians are willing to go to these islands, but the economy is just not there to support it. And so I think if whatever the government could do, and I think there are a number of initiatives, there are a number of developments in Grand Bahama, in Exuma, in the islands throughout the Bahamas that are growing and incentivizing people to move to these other islands. But I absolutely believe that that will contribute towards this glut, this abundance of the population that's living on New Providence and putting a tremendous demand on housing.
And Sweden also shared a recommendation emphasizing that private partnerships could be a game changer in addressing the housing shortage. And Wilson also agreed with that approach. The report stressed that despite government's efforts, more decisive and robust action is needed to make affordable housing accessible to all citizens. Here's Prime Minister Philip Davis during his national address on government's plans to make home ownership a reality for Bahamians.
We are building affordable housing and we are piloting a rent-to-own program. But while these are important, they are not reaching enough Bahamians yet. So even as we work to expand those efforts, we are exploring ways to incentivize the private sector to build more.
Laurencia Smith, Eyewitness News.
Still talking news from the economy tonight. Former Prime Minister Dr. Eyewitness also chiming in on VAT reductions, but where his opposition colleagues call for 0% VAT on essentials, the Killarney MP says he believes it should be removed completely from all food items. Minnis making those calls as he says under his administration, breadbasket items were exempt from VAT, but that decision was repealed shortly after the Davis administration assumed office. Minnis argued that government exacerbated the high cost of living on residents, but he says while the recent reduction is a move in the right direction, it's simply not enough.
Breadbasket items was VAT-free. So breadbasket items, what he's done, they're still paying 5%. It was VAT-free, so he's gone up on it. So it's still an additional cost to the poor people. I don't know if this is a teaser because we have the budget coming very soon, June, July. So I don't know if this is a teaser to see how people respond, and then come in June and July when the main budget is presented, now decrease VAT to 0%. So I don't know if this is a teaser. The government have their strategic plan, but I think it should be 0% on food items to assist the people.
Members of the Judiciary and the Bar Association convening in a special sitting on Monday to welcome Justice Milton Evans as the country's Court of Appeal president after Justice John Isaacs retires from that post. Prime Minister Philip Davis and opposition leader Michael Pintard also present at that special sitting as Evans, a long-standing member of the judiciary, gave his marching orders to judges as he says he intends to maintain the standard in his capacity as president.
One of the most famous songs for occasions such as these is I Did It My Way by Frank Sinatra. Some parts of the song speak to me, as I can certainly admit that throughout my life and my legal career.
The delivery of justice is a work which requires a collaborative effort, and the work of the court is most effective when all hands are on deck and working. I take my position at a time when there is no backlog in the Court of Appeal, and the plan is to maintain that standard. So I sound a warning that casual adjournments will not be tolerated. Appeals which are set for trials are expected to proceed unless there are legitimate reasons as to why they cannot be heard. That position has not changed and will not change. Delay is a cancer which can eat away at the effectiveness of the judicial system if it is allowed to take root.
Well, in a farewell address to government and his colleagues, Justice Isaacs asserted that he's well pleased with his contributions to the country.
One of the most famous songs for occasions such as these is I Did It My Way by Frank Sinatra. Some parts of the song speak to me, as I can certainly admit that throughout my life and my legal career, I did things my way. However, one of the most hallowed lines of that song is, quote, and now the end is near, and I face the final curtain, unquote. For me, I have to say that as I arrive at this juncture, the curtain in front of me is not one that is falling, but one that is rising. I am humbled that as I move on to the next chapter of my life, I do so with visibly renewed vigor, energy, and enthusiasm for life.
Well, construction on a $300 million luxury residential development on Paradise Island, dubbed the Ocean Club Four Seasons Residences, Bahamas, has begun eyeing a 2028 opening. The new beachfront development is set to feature some 67 residences ranging from 1 to 5 bedroom homes and is expected to rack up some $700 million in revenue for the next 20 years. Head of Hospitality for Access Industries, Annie Wickstrom, brought remarks at that ceremony today, emphasizing the benefit of the long-standing relationship between the Ocean Club Resort and the Bahamas.
Our employee roster will grow significantly with the addition of these residences, allowing us to showcase the high luxury that the Bahamas can offer to even more people. This project enables us to do more, and we hope that our presence is mutually beneficial to the government and the citizens of the Bahamas. We all know that the people that have and will buy homes here have many options. They could spend time anywhere in the world. We're working very hard to create a project where they will know and feel that they're on Paradise Island in the Bahamas, which is not just any paradise. They could be on any beach, but we want them to know that this beach, this community that we're expanding, is iconic and special. We want them to experience the art, cuisine, culture, and hospitality that this wonderful place is all about. So, as we bring this property to life, we will make sure that it's uniquely Bahamian, just like the Ocean Club Resort. This is an exciting day for us, but also for the Bahamas.
Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper, who is responsible for tourism and aviation, highlighting the long-standing great economic impact on the country the new development will have, and emphasized that the new development will introduce hundreds of jobs to the hospitality market.
The residences, once built, will attract international luxury homeowners and contribute to our sustained economic growth. This development will create almost 1,000 jobs during construction and 200 permanent jobs when completed. Moreover, Cabbage Beach, one of our most beloved spots, will remain open to the public during construction. Post-construction will also see an improved public access through a permanent, irrevocable easement agreed with the government of the Bahamas. And further, Bahamian licensed vendors will be able to set up stalls for authentically Bahamian goods and services, helping small businesses to grow and empowering Bahamian entrepreneurs.
More than 700 participants in the Public Service Professional Engagement Program, formerly known as the 52-week program, have officially received confirmation letters solidifying their status as public servants. Minister of Labor and the Public Service, Pia Glover-Roll, announced that 725 individuals were granted this recognition just this month, she stated, putting an end to years of uncertainty, adding that many of these participants had been waiting for more than a decade to formalize their roles, and the letters address long-standing concerns about job insecurity within the program.
And in particular, as our Davis administration modernizes the public service and streamlines these inefficient processes, which includes tapping into our PSPEP's potential to transform the government's approach to recruitment and onboarding for the public service. So we are fixing the process, not only for those who are waiting to be regularized, but for those who will join the next cohort of PSPEP. This past year, we did not recruit a new cohort because it was paramount that we fix the program before bringing in new participants. So PSPEP will now be an actual 52-week program. So that means for future cohorts, incoming participants will be assessed throughout the course of the year. Those who are successful will be eligible to become full-time employees of the government at the end of that year. And this opens the door for them to become permanent and pensionable after a probationary period.
Well, so to come in Eyewitness News tonight, a collaboration between multiple ministries for a new program. We've got the details coming up, but first, here's a check on tonight's weather forecast.
fly Western Air. I used to fly Western Air too.
Child, my children just bought my ticket because you all know I fly Western Air.
Right on time. You gotta fly Western Air.
Yeah, you know I fly Western Air. Hello, y'all get a ticket? Hey y'all, I gotta go. Can't be late. You fly with Western Air.
Hey, you booked my ticket yet? Fly Western Air.
I 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 fly Western Air.
On the river of life, where the open waters meet, we are all free to seek our own path. For some, it is a journey to the edge. For others, it's a pursuit of a mind at peace, distilling precious memories as we float where the tide takes us. It can be expeditions of one, or relentless pursuits of what eludes us. It matters not. If you hunt, if you gather, there is a personal journey to find where you need to go, to outrun any ticking clock. Through decades, wave after wave of passing time, Sea-Doo has remained here, making each ride a story, because life is unscripted. It's as open as the water. You can decide on the ride of your life.
Cashmas time, here we go. Mercy's doing it big this year. Cashmas time with extra chair. 12 days of merry winnings from your friends at Island Day. Friends we trust, yeah we know. Cashmas time, here we go. Prizes and lots of dough. This Christmas, come catch a lick with 20 on your account, quick, quick, quick. And you can win some awesome stuff at Percy's Island Day.
Bahamas, are you ready? 2025. Keep the Bible Live Music Group present KB. Boy, you don't know me yet.
It's KB.
KB and friends. The Boatman Show.
All you rake and scrape lovers out there, Saturday, February 1st, Keep the Bible Live Music Group invites you out to enjoy some Bahamian culture with KB and Friends in concert, The Boatman Show.
Saturday, February 1st at the Farm, Marshall Road.
Can't wait to see you there.
The legendary KB and Friends. Gino D. Colin McDonald. Irish Store in the Spank Band. The Falcons, Ancient Man, Mama D. Shine 242 and more.
KB and Friends in concert at the Farm, Marshall Road, Saturday, February 1st.
Tickets on sale at the Beauty Shack. Both locations, General 50, VIP 80. And for the Platinum fans, exclusive skyboxes are available. Gates open at 7 p.m. For more info, call ESC Distributors at 394-0819. Let's keep the vibe alive.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Welcome back. Well, it's a new initiative set to launch next month called the Agriculture and Marine Cadets Program to empower Bahamian youth. The program is a collaboration between the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources and the Bahamas Agriculture and Marine Science Institute Limited, or BAMSI, in collaboration with the Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training.
I am truly proud to reveal a visionary program that has the potential to transform our communities by nurturing the next generation of leaders in agriculture and marine sciences through the Agriculture and Marine Cadet Program. As we know, agriculture and marine resources are the lifeblood of our nation.
Well, the Minister of Education, Glenys Hanna-Martin, stressing the need to invest in programs that support a sustainable Bahamas and help Bahamians pursue their passions.
We in the Ministry of Education are very gratified at this initiative today because this creates another opportunity for core groupings of young people to pursue areas of their passion. And not just an area of their passion, but one that is so germane to our own collective pursuit and sustainability as a people. We are hoping that in September we will be opening the new Polytechnic on Wolf Road, which will incorporate agriculture along with other subject offerings.
Well, Toastmasters Club 1600 is continuing their efforts to mentor young men across the Bahamas. President Cameron Rackley says he's focusing on engaging students during his term.
Toastmasters International is a organization that stems from different countries all around the world, and we're so pleased to have this organization here in the Bahamas. And the first Bahamas branch of Toastmasters Club 1600 is exactly what the name says. We are the first club in the Bahamas to have a Toastmasters organization to help with leadership, communication, and self-development skills for all walks of life. One of the things I'm proud of that Club 1600 does is our youth leadership program. This program allows us to go into the schools and actually have a mentorship program with these individuals. Some notable schools that we have attended thus far: Mount Carmel, C.H. Reeves, Centerville Primary. And what we do is we go to the principal and we ask these principal, hey, send us at least 25 or 30 of your at-risk youths. Let us mentor them. Let us guide them. Things that your teacher couldn't do, let us try and help these young individuals out. And the program has been very successful.
Well, as Toastmasters prepares to celebrate some 60 presidents over the organization's 55 years of existence, Azana Major notes that the ceremony is important to show respect to the men who made an impact.
Our Legacy Leadership Banquet is coming up on March 22nd, 2025. It's going to be hosted at Bahamas, New Providence Ballroom, and we really look forward to the event. It's something that we saw fitting to do this year under the leadership of President Cameron Rackley to really honor the legacy of all the past presidents that came before us. It says you can see far when you stand on the shoulders of giants, and really that's the foundation that the past presidents have set up for us. When we look at the leadership that came from 1969. That's over 55 years of leadership excellence. And in that time, we've had 60 past presidents lead our organization and really pave the way for communication and leadership development within the country. And this banquet is a fitting way to really honor them and thank them for their contributions.
Well, as the climate on election fever seems to be climbing in the country ahead of the next general election, there's another round of elections set to take place at the end of this month. Well, over on Harbor Island, residents will cast their vote for representatives who will comprise the Harbor Island local government.
J.J. Presenti is no stranger to public service. He served the Harbor Island community for nearly 1 decade, and he's now hoping to be re-elected to be part of the Harbor Island local government.
I built a foundation over the last 7 years built on being just from Harbor Island, for Harbor Island. There's many persons who come to me on a daily basis with concerns: cleanliness of the island, community spirits and community events, and safety of the island. As Harbor Island evolves, we understand that the tourism dollar is imperative, especially for our public treasury. Preserving the historic aspects of the island, preserving its cleanliness is very important. And being re-elected will give me the chance to continue to build on the foundation that I've learned over the last 7 years.
Even when the country came to a standstill during the COVID-19 pandemic, Presenti says he was still hard at work helping to bolster the community with improved infrastructure and community initiatives.
So we were able to create a lot of public-private partnerships. We were able to build a tennis court, which is imperative for the local youth. We have a fantastic tennis group that's going. We were also able to build a playground. We were also able to resurface the basketball courts, both on the local both on the local park as well as at the school. But I got to know Harbor Island during this time, and as I've become sort of an empowering figure through my business, a lot of young men and young ladies come for jobs. A lot of people come to me with their concerns. A lot of persons trust and express what they are going through. They're looking to be empowered. They're looking for a hand up. And I think that this is an opportunity with the newly elects to continue with that. We now have a new mandate. We now are able to raise funds to maintain our public parks, our cemeteries, our beaches, and this is imperative for me.
The Harbor Island local government elections are slated for January 23rd, and if successful in his bid to be re-elected, here's what Presenti says is needed on island.
Bahama hosts programs is one of the things that people would like to bring back in working with the Ministry of Tourism, but to empower and really train our wait staff, our clean staff, and our butlers. These are things that people can do. The other concern was a crisis center. A lot of persons are going through things, especially after people pass away, that they don't have an opportunity to speak to someone. These are things that people want to learn. I will be hosting on February 10th over at the Rock House with the Juana Luther Foundation, the CTVI fundraiser. This allows persons to become electricians. They allow them to become cooks. They allow them to become carpenters. These are the things that allow our future young people to feel strong and good about themselves. And that's a contribution that we must continue. That's my platform.
Theo Seeley, Eyewitness News.
Thanks, Theo. Well, still to come in Eyewitness News tonight, our Laurencia Smith has your latest check on sports. Good evening, Laurencia.
Good evening, Janaea. It was an exciting weekend on the track, a new world record set, along with a few Carifta qualifying standards. I'll tell you more about it straight ahead in sports after this quick break.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best-kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
What? You don't know what TDC is? Tourism Development Corporation? You mean the Ministry of Tourism? No, that ain't the same thing, buddy. The Tourism Development Corporation helps develop and grow behemoth businesses in the tourism industry. You know what they say, buddy? Oh, yeah. Develop and grow. You don't know what all the things saying do? What does do? Check the website one.
Start your journey to ownership of our #1 industry today. Log on to tdcbahamas.com.
It's a different kind of Christmas, but everything is here to bring a smile upon your face. That's what the season brings. Yeah. See, Christmas time is the time for your family and friends. Come and shop with us and find everything that you need. Deck out your homes with all we have in store, bringing joy and so much more. At Shop Smart, at Shop Smart. Shop Smart, oh, everything is here at Shop Smart. At Shop Smart, at Shop Smart, oh, everything is here.
Come on. Bahamas, are you ready? 2025. Keep the Bible Live Music Group presents KB. Boy, you don't know me yet. KB and friends. The Boatman Show.
All you rake and scrape lovers out there, Saturday, February 1st, Keep the Bible Live Music Group invites you out to enjoy some Bahamian culture with KB and Friends in concert, The Boatman Show.
Saturday, February 1st at the Farm, Marshall Road.
Can't wait to see you there.
The legendary KB and Friends. Gino D. Colin McDonald. Irish Store in the Spank Man. The Falcons, Ancient Man, Mama D. Shine 242 and more.
KB and Friends in concert at the Farm, Marshall Road, Saturday, February 1st.
Tickets on sale at the Beauty Shack. Both locations, General 50, VIP 80. And for the Platinum fans, exclusive skyboxes are available. Gates open at 7 p.m. For more info, call ESC Distributors at 394-0819. Let's keep the Bible alive.
Eyewitness Sports is brought to you by 103.5 The Beat.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of Eyewitness Sports. I'm Laurencia Smith. Thanks for joining us. Topping our sports roundup tonight, we're on the track. The 7th edition of the DTSP Wolfpack Mike Sands Track and Field Classic under the theme Come to Get Me. Its hunting season took place on Saturday over at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium. The meet not only showcasing top-tier athletes but also serving as a key qualifier for the upcoming Carifta Games. However, Olympian Tim Munnings proved that age is nothing but a number, unofficially breaking a more than 20-year-old Masters record in the men's 400 meters. The 59-year-old clocked an impressive time of 52.04 seconds, surpassing the previous record of 52.24 seconds set by American Charles Ollie in the World Masters Championship.
Excited, I like to call myself the baddest man on the track. And today kind of helped to solidify that thought of mine. But yeah, today I ran the 400 meters in the under 20 division and I came out with a Masters world record in my age category. So I'm very excited for that. It's something that I had put in my mind that I planned to do since I returned from Sweden after winning the World Masters Outdoor Championships. And so I was determined that I wanted to set that record, and I achieved that.
Munnings captured gold for the 242 just last August at the World Masters Athletic Championship. Also back at the 2000 Sydney Olympics, he was a part of the men's 4x400 meter relay team that earned a bronze medal for the country.
Well, it's consistency in training, knowing when not to overtrain, eating right, getting rest. Not out late partying. So you just have to take care of your body. You have to sacrifice things that you normally want to do or hang out with your friends. It's a sacrifice, but it pays off if that's what you have in your mind that you want to achieve.
Congratulations to Tim from all of us here at Eyewitness Sports. Meanwhile, in news from Mingo Nation. In the second matchup of the UB Volleyball Showcase, the University of the Bahamas Mingos faced off against the Warhawks. The first set got off to a rough start for the Mingos, who quickly found themselves down 6-1. Though they battled back, the Warhawks maintained the control, leading 16-11 before closing out that set 25-16. The second set saw an uplift from the Mingos as the Warhawks surged ahead with a 12-5 lead. A dominant 13-1 run by the Warhawks sealed the set for 25-6, putting them up 2-0 in the match. In the third set, the Mingos showed signs of life, keeping it close early in a thrilling 11-9, but the Warhawks pulled away and extending their leads to 20-13 before finishing strong with a 25-17 win, completing the sweep with a 3-0 victory.
I'm not very pleased with our performance. I feel that we can perform at a higher level, despite the fact that the team that we play against is a very good team. You know what I mean? Very good team, very competitive team. But I think we fell short on our strength. One of our strengths is service. We didn't serve like we are capable of serving. We are 80% serving team, and I think we serve in probably in the 40% category. Once we serve tough, don't care whoever the opponent is, they are not able to attack. And that's where we fail. We fail in our service line, and then we allow teams to do what we do, to outserve us.
Well, that's what's making sports at this hour. I'm Laurencia Smith. Stay tuned for more news on the other side of the break.
Edenwell has expanded their testing menu. We now offer blood work, drug screening, and so much more. Our hours of operation are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., located on 11 Madera Street. We are here for all of your laboratory needs, with fast and reliable lab work done by our friendly and knowledgeable staff. Let us help you take the needed steps to stay in the know about your health. Let's keep working towards a healthier you. Stay Eden well.
It's the most luckiest time of the year. There'll be things that are spinning and cash prizes winning. Just Big Bang is here. It's the most luckiest time. Yes, the most luckiest time. Oh, the most luckiest time of the year.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Island Luck.
Time of the year.
This
This new year, EV Motors is starting the year off strong with incredible savings on brand new electric vehicles. Charge into the new year with zero emissions and endless savings during our New Year clearance sale, where you can drive into 2025 with one of our brand new EVs at discounted prices. And that's not all. Take advantage of a special financing offer with CIBC Caribbean with a 4.5% interest rate and up to 10 years to repay. But hurry, the clock's ticking, and these deals won't last long. With our diverse selection, there's an EV here for everyone. Get the BYD Seagull Plus for as low as $258.43 per month. The Toyota BZ4X for as low as $512.91 per month. The BYD One Plus for as low as $392.79 per month. The BYD Song Plus for as low as $518 per month. The BYD Tank Plus for as low as $725.46 per month. The Mercedes-Benz for as low as $725.46 per month. The BMW iX3 for as low as $725.46 per month. The Carry Cargo Van for as low as $351.33 per month. And the Carry Elephant X7 truck for as low as $393.72 per month. Enjoy unbeatable clearance prices with our New Year clearance sale. Terms and conditions apply. Prices are VAT exclusive. It's the EV Motors New Year clearance sale. Call or visit us today to secure your brand new EV.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Well, that wraps up news this Monday, but coming up and beyond the headlines with Shanique Miller is more coverage of the inauguration of U.S. President Donald Trump. That's coming up and beyond the headlines. It starts right after this. That does it for us here at Eyewitness News. It's certainly been a pleasure having you in our company tonight. On behalf of the entire news team, I'm Janae Nawal saying good night and be safe, everyone.
Talk about an opportunity of a lifetime. Technical Cadet and C.L. Walker Senior High School of Journalism students surely got one. Behind the scenes of the Battle for Atlantis live video production, courtesy of Canadian company Ross Video.
I think the thing that really got me intrigued was the way the systems worked. They reminded me of what I would usually do when I'm at my own job. And especially when they're dealing with the databases of what to show and what not to show, how it's organized, how the people work together. It's really insightful.
The experience was very good, and I feel as though that I have captured knowledge about the camera. Like, when I saw the camera, I was so excited. Like, this is actually what I want to do in life. Like, it motivated me to push harder and strive for my goals and become a videographer.
The idea here is to hopefully get to the students to a level where if we need assistance on the island, when we are working with ESPN and producing shows like Battle for Atlantis, instead of bringing consultants in from other countries, using the students that went through this program, having them employed, having them actually do the production. This is our ultimate goal.
And this TCCP student says such opportunities should also be made available for students at an earlier stage.
I'd say this is very important for those who, especially those who are just going into high school, in fact, so they could make up their minds earlier, so they could know what they want to pursue before they can even reach there. So once they do get there, they already have a plan. So something like this would be very useful.
For Ed Talk, I'm Adama Williams.
We all know there are ways we can help. Your help can go even further. an everyday superhero. Donate to Hands for Hunger.
Tired of driving around from place to place just to get your car insured and licensed? Frustrated with the process of being back and forth from your insurance company to road traffic? Well, BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers just made insuring and licensing your motor vehicle as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1. Visit us at the Road Traffic Department, Section 1, Thomas A. Robinson Sports Stadium. At our office, you can purchase or renew your insurance or get your vehicle inspected. We at BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers represent major carriers. Step 2. See the professionals at Road Traffic to get your vehicle licensed. Step 3. Enjoy your day. Insure with BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers today, saving you time and money. Your one-stop shop for all of your insurance needs. Great rates, convenient, excellent service. For more information, call us at 322-2221.
So you want a space. But not just any space. You need something with a little more potential. So how about 1,000 square feet of room to play with? Superb audio and video production capability, digital LED wall, full lighting grid, and about 124 seats to accommodate a full studio audience with so many other features. Make us your home for your next concert, conference, and so much more. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. Here at ILTV Studios, we'd love to bring your next event to life. So what do you say? Do you want our space?
Talk about an opportunity of a lifetime. Technical Cadet and C.R. Walker Senior High School of Journalism students surely got one. Behind the scenes of the Battle for Atlantis live video production courtesy of Canadian company Ross Video.
I think the thing that really got me intrigued was the way the systems worked. They reminded me of what I would usually do when I'm at my own job. And especially when they're dealing with the databases of what to show and what not to show, how it's organized, how the people work together. It's really insightful.
The experience was very good, and I feel
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers on Beyond the Headlines are not necessarily those of management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written permission of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2021.
Coming up tonight, Donald Trump is now the 47th president of the United States. He returned to power after an unprecedented comeback last November. Today, Trump began reshaping American institutions by signing a number of executive actions on immigration and several other key areas at a stadium filled with supporters. Tonight, there are a number of inauguration balls all across the U.S. Capitol. Many Bahamians are in attendance. We catch up with a few of them at the top of tonight's show. Also tonight is Transport and Energy Minister JoBeth Colby Davis eyeing the deputy position in the PLP. Those talks have been going about, not so quietly, for weeks now. So what's the real story? And former Prime Minister and Kalani MP Dr. Hubert Minnis says he is running in the 2026 general election. This without getting that much talked about tap on the shoulder. Y'all remember that Michael Pintard said he tapped a few people? Well, Dr. Minnis didn't get none of that. Well, we'll ask him exactly what he's talking about. It's a loaded show on tap for you tonight. Pull up a chair, This is going to be a good one. This is Beyond the Headlines. Good evening. I'm Shanique Miller. It's great to have you along this evening. Well, tonight there are parties across Washington, D.C. Among the celebrants are Bahamians, many of them who live in the United States and many who traveled to Washington just for this occasion, the inauguration of Donald Trump. Joining me right now at the top of tonight's show is Sonles Martin. He is a Grand Bahama native who lives now in Miami, Florida. He also is an executive at the Port of Miami. He joins me live from Washington, D.C. this evening, where he attended today's inauguration and now, of course, is at, I think, outside one of the balls that's happening there. Good evening to you, Sonles.
Good evening, Sadiq. How you doing tonight?
I am doing well, thank you. How are you? Did you make it in, or are you still in your vehicle trying to get through?
I'm still in the vehicle trying to get through. There's a lot of gridlock, because as you could imagine, there's balls everywhere, so it's a lot of gridlock, so I haven't gotten there as of yet.
Okay, so listen, let's just talk about this. The state of Florida voted overwhelmingly in Trump's favor. How special is this night and Trump's victory for you and the people in your circle?
You know, it's a historic victory. I mean, Florida is certainly at play, largely from the appointments on the federal level, on the state level, and also on the local level. So it's celebrations happening, all through Florida.
Now, what are some of the highlights of President Trump's inauguration speech today, and what are you looking forward to him fulfilling most?
Well, I'm kind of sort of keeping my eye mostly on the foreign policy side, and of course the secretaries from Florida as well, former Senator Marco Rubio. So just really want to follow his policies, and of course, everything rises and falls off a relationship. So just following that, advocating for what's best, because again, my sort of line of work is really on the Latin America and the Caribbean. So of course, just want to see, because there's been a lot of talks about tariffs, and he did a lot of threat about different tariffs. And so just kind of sort of following that very, very closely, because of course it affects day in and day out, the work that I do.
Now, there are, and I know you're active as well in the Miami-Fort Lauderdale area. You have run for office on the local government level. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it was a small position. I had ran for committeeman, I think probably 3-4 years ago, within the Republican Party of Miami-Dade County. Won it, served it, and currently just kind of sort of helping out as much as I can.
Are you inspired now? Trump has gone on record saying this comeback and the significance of it, just how I guess convincing it was, should be an inspiration to everyone. Are you inspired to continue along that trek in the Republican Party?
It is historical, to say the least. What stuck out to me was the ease of transfer of power. As we all know, what happened a couple of years back. But just to see the amount of law enforcement and the various different agencies around the country that merged just to make this peaceful, that in itself was certainly breathtaking, to say the least. But certainly do have aspirations. But right now, just playing my role.
You have been attending balls since Saturday evening. You attended one last evening. Tell us about those balls and also the one that you're trying to make your way to this evening.
Yes, I have. Yesterday I was at the Black Confederate Federation ball last night. It was pretty much most of the Black Republicans throughout the country. Very well attended from Congressman Brian Donalds. You had the Senator Tim Scott. So it was very well attended, the balls. And it was just a matter of just showing support, coming out here and just celebrating. Because again, what happened, many people doubted it. And it was monumental what took place, this election. So definitely want to just, go ahead.
Speaking of monumental, I heard President Trump single out many various ethnicities, among them Black Americans, and looking out for them in particular, as well as other nationalities. But I want to talk about how Black people showed up across the United States. Why do you suppose he was more appealing this time, or the Republican message was more appealing to them this time?
When we break it down to the common denominator, everybody looking for a better quality of life. Even when you look at some of the entertainers that perform and people didn't know till the day of at that crypto ball, the first thing everybody was saying, hey, they got a call, they work on sales, they gave them opportunity to make some money. So at the end of the day, if he provides that opportunity, irrespective of, I guess, his demeanor or how he's viewed, people are taking advantage of that because everybody is trying to make a better quality of life for themselves. themselves and their families.
Yeah, so listen, I thank you very much. You've always been a friend to the show. You watch just about every evening from Miami, and you let us know, certainly. So we thank you for being an avid viewer of Beyond the Headlines and letting us know when you enjoy the show. And of course, the fact that you in Washington this evening speaking with us, thank you very much. And hey, enjoy the ball.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you. Continue the great work.
Thank you so much. My pleasure. Don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we're going to kind of bring things local. However, we have some more people in Washington. In fact, I think they're making their way to the ball. A number of executives, media executives. We're hoping to get them in as well. What's happening? It's gridlock there. It's a lot of security there. So it might happen as well as it might not. But hey, we're live. So we're certainly making room for that. But when we come back, did you all see that ad? I mean, a full-page ad in one of the dailies. What does it mean? Who you all think did it? Who did it? That's what I want to know. Who did it? Who paid the $3,000+ for that full-page ad? This is Beyond the Headlines. We're backward after this.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Call now to get more of the care you need.
Bahamas, are you ready? 2025. Keep the Bible Live Music Group present KB. Boy, you don't know me yet.
It's KB
and friends. The Boatman Show.
All you rake and scrape lovers out there, Saturday, February 1st, Keep the Bible Live Music Group invites you out to enjoy some Bahamian culture with KB and Friends in concert, The Boatman Show.
Saturday, February 1st at the Farm, Marshall Road.
Can't wait to see you there.
The legendary KB and Friends, Gino D, Colin McDonald, Irish Store in the Spank Man, The Falcons, Ancient Man, Mama D, Shine 242 and more.
KB and Friends in concert at the Farm, Marshall Road, Saturday, February 1st.
Tickets on sale at the Beauty Shack. Low location, General 50, VIP 80. And for the Platinum fans, exclusive skyboxes are available. Gates open at 7 p.m. For more info, call ESC Distributors at 394-0819. Let's keep the Bible alive.
On behalf of the entire flight crew and Western Air, we hope that you enjoyed your flight and we look forward to serving you in the near future.
You work hard to provide for and protect the ones you love. However, life can present unexpected challenges. Who you call in times of need matters. Insurance Management is a Bahamian-owned company that has been serving our community for over 40 years, offering a wide range of coverage for all of your personal, professional, and commercial needs. When life happens, rest easy knowing that our skilled and experienced agents are there for you in your time of need, so that you can get back to what matters most. Insurance Management. Nobody does it better.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Call now to get more of the care you need.
Bahamas, are you ready? 2025. Keep the vibe alive music to present. KB. Boy, you don't know me yet.
It's KB.
KB and friends. The Boatman Show.
All you rake and scrape lovers out there, Saturday, February 1st, Keep the Vibe Alive Music Group invites you out to enjoy some Bahamian culture with KB and Friends in concert, The Boatman Show.
Saturday, February 1st at the Farm, Marshall Road.
Can't wait to see you there.
The legendary KB and Friends. Gino D. Colin McDonald. I was storing the Spank Man. The Falcons, Ancient Man, Mama D. Shine 242 and more.
KB and Friends in concert at the Farm, Marshall Road, Saturday, February 1st.
Tickets on sale at the Beauty Shack. Both location. General 50, VIP 80. And for the Platinum fans, exclusive skyboxes are available. Gates open at 7 p.m. For more info, call ESC Distributors at 394-0819. Let's keep the vibe alive.
On the headlines, take advantage of our exclusive offers with 4 15-minute interview segments at $1,200 and 20 30-second TV ads at $2,000. Contact 557-0258 or 557-0259 for more information. Go beyond with Beyond the Headlines.
This segment of Beyond the Headlines is brought to you by EV Motors. Drive the future with brand new 2024 electric vehicles. EV Motors, powering your journey.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. I think that Justin just told me we're going to go back to Washington now. We have joining me Debbie Bartlett, who is making her way along with a team of other executives to another ball, inauguration ball. As I said, there are several balls across the U.S. Capitol this evening. Debbie, are you there?
I am, and listen, we have entered, as President Trump said, this golden age. Isn't it amazing? I have some of the most amazing people with me, and beyond the celebration of the inauguration of the 45th and the 47th president, it is the relationships. I have a new family, and 2 of them are right here with us. And listen, we got a bonus, Bahamas. What is the bonus? 2 good-looking fellas. Because what really is here is the global community. We have people flying in from Nigeria, from all parts of Africa, from South America. We are driving and meeting people from just different countries, and there seemed to be this spirit of unity. And you know what is also very amazing? I just had a talk with somebody the other day. I said, well, why are you supporting Trump? I'm not here for Trump. I'm here for the business. So we have a lot of people who are here. I want you to meet 2 of the business leaders, generationally successful young men, one from Nigeria and one is a Jew from the United States. He said, not Washington.
Washington, D.C. originally, now Los Angeles.
Oh, Lord, I got to get this phone sorted out. Yeah,
originally Washington, D.C., and now in Los Angeles, and it's wonderful to be back in the nation's capital for this special weekend celebration.
So I know you want to ask him why he's here.
So I'm here to celebrate what I feel is a return to common sense, a return to meritocracy, and a celebration of people from not only all over the country, but all over the world with a similar vision and similar desire to work hard, to pursue excellence, to do what is right. And again, the return to common sense. It's amazing how far the pendulum has swung in, what might be considered the wrong direction. So there's also a great sense not only of joy, but of relief this weekend too. And it's just been a wonderful collection of the most amazing people and some new friends for life.
That's it. I'm going to let you meet our other African Nigerian leader here. Say hello to the Bahamas.
Hello, guys. It's a wonderful pleasure
having this opportunity to speak with you guys. It's so much fun and joy here, and for so many reasons. Because we have witnessed a fundamental change in how governance is done, and we believe that for us across the continent in Africa, we've always been kind of looking for new opportunities to do a different type of business, one that is not dependent on aid, but more on the strategic partnerships that will benefit both countries. And I believe that Trump represents that, and in his America First program, I believe that it has a lot we have a lot to benefit from it as well.
I think it's very interesting and very important to also know their backgrounds, because these are all very successful business people. We're in the back room. We had to find a place because I'm sorry, the background is so boring, but the volume is just so much. And you hear about traffic jams. We're talking about human jams. Listen, it's like shoulder to shoulder. But I think it's important, Shanique, to allow Max and Linus to just tell a little bit about their background, because the diversity in skill and leadership is just amazing and incredible. I'm so particularly proud that we are here, but I'm here as a guest, not as a reporter, and we are really witnessing the energy of this oneness, USA, patriotism. And I listened that there are several common themes of dreaming again, being strong again, USA, talking about the immigration, the illegal immigration, and a lot of the leaders want, and the people generally want, the cost of living to be reduced. Speak to that for a minute, but also tell them who you are.
100%. So I'm in the commercial real estate business, and we own apartment buildings and shopping centers. And I feel like when our business is executed at the highest level, it's creating win-win-wins for everyone. So with shopping centers, if we do a great job, it's great for the customer, it's great for the retail tenants, and it's great for us as the landlord. And similarly with apartments, we're providing a place to live, and we want our tenants to be happy. And if they're happy, they're going to stay in the buildings, and they're going to help make the building successful. So we see our business as a way to create win-win and win-win-wins, depending if it's the apartments or the shopping centers. And if we're allowed to do what we do at the highest level, it's just great for everyone. And that's without government getting in the way. And again, that's something that we're very excited about with this new regime. We feel like we can use our expertise to create wins, create profit, but create great places for people to live and also shop.
All right. So I run a company called Delio Group, and we are pretty much one of the largest media and technology owners on the continent of Africa. And we have been building capacity for young creatives all across the continent. And if you observe in today's inauguration, what was amazing was the fact that you would find the representation of technology giants that were present today. It's an indication of the kind of attention that will be played in the area of technology. And for us, knowing that we have a population of so many young Africans who are looking for new ways to take advantage of new technologies in AI and all of that, we believe that there is a synergy of some sort that we can benefit from a great deal. And so we believe very strongly that a lot of the attention that is placed on creatives across the continent will really recreate an engine for development all across the continent. So I think it's a wonderful pleasure to witness this inauguration and to see ways in which these partnerships could actually be built.
We have seen CNN Inside Africa. Do you have something to do with Inside Africa?
Yes, I mean, when CNN pretty much started doing a lot of their work on the continent, we played a very huge role in promoting loads of content, rich original content coming from the continent on the platform. For companies and governments looking to maximize the visibilities on the platform, we played a huge role in doing that. But what was important for us
was the fact that we saw an opportunity to use young creatives who otherwise would have had a lot of their craft outsourced from other countries to produce TVCs at the time for them. And this was one of the reasons why one of the companies we set up was set up, just to see how the energies and talents of these young people could be used to create products that could compete anywhere else in the world. And so I don't know how much you know about Nigeria, but I mean, we're a strong filmmaking industry, and we have some of the best talents you'll find anywhere in the world. All right.
Okay, what did you say?
Thank you so much. I have been told I have to go to a break since like a few minutes ago, but I am so pleased to meet those gentlemen and to see who is in the room coming from Nigeria and Africa and representing media network. And of course, Max, I think his name is, empowering Americans to live better. Everybody, the theme obviously in each ball and each space, Debbie, is Make America Great Again. I thank you gentlemen so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Enjoy the ball. Thank you both very much. Thank you. Thank you. This is Beyond the Headlines. I told you we would bring it to you live. Just a little peek of what's happening there in Washington right now. A number of Bahamians linking hands and celebrating alongside persons from across the world and of course across the United States. Now when we come back, we're going to bring it all back home because we got a lot to talk about today. This is Beyond the Headlines. We're back right after this.
What? You don't know what TDC is? Tourism Development Corporation?
You mean the Ministry of Tourism?
No, that ain't the same thing, but the Tourism Development Corporation helps to develop and grow Bahamian businesses in the tourism industry. You hear what they say, boy?
Oh, yeah.
Develop and grow. You don't know what all the things saying do?
What does do?
Hey, check the website, boy.
Start your journey to ownership of our #1 industry today. Log on to tdcbahamas.com.
Bahamas, are you ready? 2025. Keep the Bible Live Music Group present KB. Boy, you don't know me yet.
It's KB
and friends. The Boatman Show.
All you rake and scrape lovers out there, Saturday, February 1st, Keep the Bible Live Music Group invites you out to enjoy some Bahamian culture with KB and Friends in concert, The Boatman Show.
Saturday, February 1st at the Farm, Marshall Road.
Can't wait to see you there.
The legendary KB and Friends, Gino D, Colin McDonald, I was storing the Spank Man, the Falcons, Ancient Man, Mama D, Shine 242 and more.
KB and Friends in concert at the Farm, Marshall Road, Saturday, February 1st.
Tickets on sale at the Beauty Shack, Bow Location, General 50, VIP 80. And for the Platinum fans, exclusive skyboxes are available. Gates open at 7 p.m. For more info, call ESC Distributors at 394-0819. Let's keep the vibe alive.
It's the most luckiest time of the year. There'll be dreams that are spinning and cash prizes winning. Just Big Bang is here. It's the most luckiest time. Yes, the most luckiest time. Oh, the most luckiest time of the year.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Island Luck.
Time of the year.
So you want a space. But not just any space. You need something with a little more potential. So how about 1,000 square feet of room to play with? Superb audio and video production capability, digital LED wall, full lighting grid, and about 124 seats to accommodate a full studio audience with so many other features. Make us your home for your next concert, conference, and so much more. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. Here at ILTV Studios, we'd love to bring your next event to life. So what do you say? Do you want our space?
If you enjoy watching Beyond the Headlines, take advantage of our exclusive offers with 4 15-minute interview segments at $1,200 and 20 30-second TV ads at $2,000. Contact 557-0258 or 557-0259 for more information. Go beyond with Beyond the Headlines.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. I know you guys felt like you all won Washington for a moment. So I am very, very grateful to, of course, Sonless Martin at the top of the show, then Debbie Bartlett with two of those gentlemen there, one from Nigeria, both businessmen, successful, happy in their own right and for their own reasons. One of them said common sense has returned, and this is what many people are saying. I'm going to bring in the Beyond the Headlines contributors right now. Welcome to the show, Leslie Miller and Ellington Ferguson. Gentlemen, good evening to both of you. I don't know if you all had a chance to watch, as the world did, the inauguration, and then, of course, that first inauguration speech by Donald Trump. But just very quickly, before we get into our own business here in the Bahamas, your thoughts on how today played out, and then right to business. I mean, with signing in a stadium full of supporters, just signing some executive actions.
Good evening, my dear. Good evening, Bahamas.
Good evening, Shanique. Good evening, Bahamas. Certainly it's a pleasure to be here. Thought you were going to just continue on. Go ahead.
I think it was a hell of a day for the United States of America. President Trump is now the new president of the United States, his second time around. One of the first men in history to win one, lose one, and come back again. So you got to congratulate him. I was very surprised and delighted with his speech today, especially concerning minorities and black Americans. He seems to have turned the page and become much more effective in getting them to see America in a different light if he comes through with the pronouncements that he made today. You know, I'm sort of taken aback by what's going to happen to those places who, in the United States now, many of them illegally,
should have not
who have been there for the last set of generations. I think it'd be a little rough, even on Bahamians over there, without proper documentation. But the world will wait and see what's going to happen. This is going to be a hell of a 4 years, I'll tell you that. The world is never going to see what's going to what's going to take place in the United States and around the world. And it'll be very, very interesting. The Middle East, be watching that very closely. Be watching the Caribbean, with the migrants who you want to send them to some country. We'll see what happens there. It's going to be a fascinating time. We only hope for the best that World War III doesn't present himself upon us.
Well, he's doing what we want to do, and what we in the Bahamas have been reluctant to do for decades.
Absolutely.
And that's clean house.
Yeah, you're doing it. You see what happens.
I think, Shanique, once again, there's a tremendous amount of energy and buzzing going on in Washington and the United States at large, and in many cases, the world at large. To the new President Donald Trump once again sitting in the White House. I think you're seeing Americans are becoming fired up. They're becoming enthused. And hopefully the other parties, the Democrat, would look at what American is saying. And that's one of their big issues. They were so focused on Donald Trump and not necessarily the American people. I think now, if they're going to be able to come back and strong in the next election, they've got to look at what it is the American people is saying, what it is the American people wants, what it is that makes America great. And this is right why President Trump was being attacked. This is the things that he was speaking to, making America great, as should any leader of any country, as should it the Bahamas or any other nation. It should be about, first of all, making the Bahamas great and great for Bahamians. And that is what Donald Trump spoke to, making America great, making it great for America. He talked about the things that touch and reach America. One of the things that they talked about is making America energy strong again. And America, I've got to go with it. Same thing I think the Bahamas need to do. Energy is the basis. If we can get energy right, and that is what they're going to do. They're opening up well fields. What you're seeing now, even the wars that are going on around the world, you're seeing a lull, and people are in high anticipation and eager to see the next move of President Donald Trump. He came to office and immediately he spoke to the things that he spoke of on the campaign trail. He talked about bringing down the cost of living. Of course, they've already recognized that that's not going to be
what the focus on energy is all about.
Absolutely,
to help
absolutely.
ensure that happens.
And they recognize it's not going to be as easy as 1, 2, 3.
No.
But he stated clearly that he's committed to it. He's committed to securing the border. He continued to speak to that. He spoke to it in his speech today. He also, prior to him being signed in, he said with the issue in the Gaza, he said, listen, on the day that I am signed in as president, if those hostages are not released, all hell will break loose.
He slaughters them all.
You saw?
He slaughters them all.
He will go and get the American people that was in there. And that is what America has always been about. And that is what the America ought to be about. Americans looking out for Americans. And you holding my people, I will do whatever it is to take to get my people. That's what he spoke to. And as he spoke to it, you saw hostage released. And I look at that as a bold leader, a leader who get things done, get results done. I am confident that you're going to see a drastic change in the war with Russia and Ukraine. You're going to see some change in the Middle East. You're going to see some change with some of the stuff that Iran and those has been doing. Okay? And so this is very good news for America. I believe as they become a leader in energy, a force in energy in the world, like they said that they're going to do, you're going to see the cost of living because everything is based on energy. The movement of goods and services throughout the country, that's energy, okay? And once these things happen, you begin to see the cost of living taper off.
And then what the trickle-down effect will be is to the Bahamas and the region.
Absolutely.
Really,
Absolutely.
Yeah, really awesome.
Because we will then... don't let us forget the environmental impact that's going to cause havoc on the United States at some point in time. They already have LNG, natural gas. They in fact produce more than most of the world. So they're doing a hell of a lot of job with LNG. Why you want to go back to fossil fuel is beyond me for crude oil.
Well, the truth,
beyond me.
The truth about it is
cheaper.
The truth
LNG
about it
is much cheaper than oil.
LNG will continue to be used. The truth about it is, as we develop these new forms of energy, right for the foreseeable future, fossil fuel will be with us.
Well, I'll tell you this: he certainly gained major points. You would think he was running all over again. When he reinstated TikTok, the countries, the United States say, let's vote for this man all over again. No, it's active now. Americans are back on TikTok.
Yeah, no, I say for
Shanique, what you saw there is, you remember the guy that Debbie was talking to, and many Americans speak to it, common sense governance. Yes, they understood the security issues about with China owning TikTok from their government perspective. But President Trump come in and say, no, we're going to give them some time so that we can get this together. Don't just shut it down just like that.
Middle ground somewhere.
Common sense governance.
But I want us to get to see.
What he's asking for is a 50%.
Well, that's what he is, and we'll see where that goes. And we'll see. But I'll tell you, it looked like everybody, listen, Trump looked like he is the blessed of the Lord. Because why everybody just moving? In fact, the TikTok CEO who has his own TikTok account no longer has, I forgot his name, TikTok CEO. He just has TikTok. So we'll see how it all plays out. But I want to come home. I want to come home because we got so much to talk about right here. Political mudslinging, mischief, or is there truth to the lingering rumors that there are issues in the PLP for the number 2 position? What's being described as political mudslinging came today in the form of a full-page ad in one of the dailies, and it caused quite a stir in the political arena. We get the story from Linton Ritchie Jr., and then we discuss.
A full-page advertisement in today's Tribune has ignited discussions across the political landscape. The ad, titled, open quote, "Joe Beth for Deputy," close quote, has raised speculation about whether the Minister of Energy and Transport could be positioned as the next deputy leader of the governing Progressive Liberal Party. But where does that leave current deputy leader Chester Cooper? Cooper was quick to shut down the speculation today, telling reporters he isn't moved by the advertisement.
So there's no concern for you?
Absolutely none.
For many, the ad also begs the question, who is behind this attempt to stir political controversy? PLP Chairman Fred Mitchell concluded the ad is nothing more than, open quote, political mischief by the F&M, close quote, and criticized the Tribune for being, open quote, unethical, close quote, in publishing it. But the opposition's chairman, Dr. Dwayne Sands, strongly denied the claims, stressing that the F&M's hands are clean.
We have no idea who put the ad in the paper. It is certainly not anything that we would have arranged.
Sands added that the ad highlights what he sees as unrest within the PLP.
That said, it speaks to the level of chaos and infighting within the Progressive Liberal Party.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Philip Davis took to his X account to clear the air, writing, open quote, "The Deputy Prime Minister continues to have my full confidence and support as the Deputy Prime Minister and as the Deputy Leader of our party. The Minister of Energy and Transport is doing excellent work in her ministry, driving forward our country's first nationwide comprehensive energy reforms to bring down electricity prices and strengthen our grid for reliability and resilience." Close quote. Cooper echoed the Prime Minister's confidence, telling reporters he remains focused on the party's agenda and not on political propaganda.
We've laid out a plan and our blueprint for change. We have 2 more years to go, and I will be resolutely focused on the work that the Bahamian people and the Progressive Liberal Party has asked me to perform on their behalf.
As for the opposition,
why they won't call our name is beyond me. But, I got some popcorn, and I'm smiling and laughing and watching this all play out.
Eyewitness News understands that the ad's publication came with a hefty price tag, $900. Linton Ritchie Jr., Eyewitness News.
$100?
So listen, how much was the ad?
Well, not
the
28.
Tribune. I mean, not that paper. Listen to me, gentlemen, what's happening? I don't know if this is the kind of distraction the PLP needs. And should the Prime Minister have just come out and say, listen, there is no race, interest, or the deputy is the deputy, and that's exactly what we're doing and who we have headed into 2026, versus how he sort of, played it safe.
Honestly, Shanique, I think the PM didn't handle this well. I think a few weeks ago, he knows quite well what's going on in the social media networks. He spoke to it and asked PLPs to stop the bickering. I think that was, from the Prime Minister, a little too vague for who was involved. 2 of his biggest people in his cabinet. I think we knew, the whole Bahamas knew, all of the people on the social networks who's fighting for either one, either defending or fighting for. We know who all those persons are. I think right then, first of all, the PM should call those persons in, the 2 leaders, to ensure whether they actively have these persons, or these persons are doing it on their own initiative, or they really do.
Oh, you mean the nastiness playing out on social media?
Yes. Make sure that these persons, the 2 ministers whose name involved in it, is not actively involved in putting these persons out there to work for them. And a number of these persons are strong PLPs, and so the Prime Minister had all within his purview to call these persons in. What's going on? Why this is playing on social media? Instead of that, it's not done. He made a vague statement. You all stop fighting. You all stop bickering.
But can the Prime Minister control political mischief?
With persons that are involved close in his party? Yes, of course. He have the power to call them in and speak to it. First, like I said, ensure between the 2 members that they're not involved in this. And once he determined that, then speak to these people who are really generals within the party.
It has been brewing too long.
Leslie? It has been brewing too long. And once you let it through, whoever is putting that in the dailies now is taking advantage of the narrative and creating the mischief, because you fail to deal with the narrative ahead of this. So now this is taking the lead now, and it's looking bad on the party. It's going to create a fraction. Obviously, it's going to create a fraction, and it's going to probably end up stirring bad blood between your ministers. I hope it don't, but it could cause that.
Let me say to begin with, it's a beautiful picture of Jobette Colby. I love the picture. These fractions always...
She's a beautiful person.
Here and there. I don't see any problems really within the party as far as the structure goes, as far as who is the leader of the party. Many persons in the PLP aspire to leadership positions. But those positions are contested at, when we have our convention. There'll be a convention this year again. Of course, we're going to be too late to try to take anyone out of their positions that they have now, the elections being so close in the next 18 to 24 months. I believe that persons in who are not in the PLP probably paid for that ad because it helps them by focusing on this young lady.
So what are you trying to say? The FNM or COI
Her
did
opponents
that?
could easily try to derail her own campaign by pushing her towards this deputy spot. She's never spoken to me. Said that she had an interest in being the deputy, lead up to the Progressive Liberal Party. I take what our chairman say is political mischief by the FNM and others who wish to have a faction that's going to take place in the PLP, but I assure you, all is on board with the PLP. Both of those persons are good representatives. Certainly, JoBeth Colby has no problems in her constituency, I can tell you that.
They are good representatives.
I was in her area for the last few months.
Leslie, they are good.
She's solid as a rock in there.
Leslie, are they good representatives?
Yes, she is one of the best
representatives. Does the Deputy
representatives.
Prime Minister and Deputy Leader enjoy the support of the PLP?
I would say he enjoys support, a faction of support of the PLP. He's not as well known as JoBeth Colby is, being a regular PLP and one who knows the ins and outs of the PLP, but we'll see what happens. But I don't see any fight that's going to take place between those two persons.
I don't understand why.
You know.
Well, I don't want y'all to go further with that because we got enough time to talk about that, because if the FNM is behind that, then they got their own issues to deal with, eh? Former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis says he expects to be a candidate in the next general election and plans to continue representing Killarney. This despite the fact that the FNM has yet to announce any candidates. Why are they taking so long though? What y'all think? Because they say they have over 100 people interested. His comments come after FNM leader Michael Pintard told reporters that every one of the dozens of aspirants must go through a training process, and Minnis ain't been turning up to none. He has not turned up to no training process.
Is he going to turn up to some himself?
Hell no.
Because Minnis appointed him in his cabinet.
Also, Pintard going to
he has to go to the training program himself.
Pintard. I wonder
Many of his friends don't want no part of him.
But it's Pintard,
A lot of them don't want no part of him. He's in trouble, and he knows he's in serious trouble with
what you trying to say? Because I heard other people...
He's in serious trouble in the FNM.
Well, let's say you can't throw that out like that just
and Dwayne Sands would be there to take him out with the support of Hubert and Alexander Ingram.
Leslie Ellington, is Leslie being mischievous? It's Leslie being mischievous because what we heard, and I asked about it, but no, we heard there were meetings. And the meetings were to get another individual as head of the FNM.
Yes.
But in any event...
And Cartwright in the race.
Which Cartwright?
Cartwright, who's not MP for St. Barnabas, who is heading now, I understand, either to in Long Island, or he's heading up to Freetown. One of those places, because his presence is not felt right now in his current constituency.
Cartwright?
Yes, not felt right now.
In St. Barnabas?
In St. Barnabas?
Right now, yes,
really?
Yeah, I can tell you that.
When did he lose traction?
He lost some fraction between December now.
It's a lot that has been...
A month?
A couple of months. He hasn't been seen in there.
Listen to me.
I can tell you that I was just in there last week, Dave and I.
Oh, really?
Yes.
There's a lot.
Is this a report, y'all? Is this a report with Dr. Minnis or the SOT?
Minnis ain't getting a nomination, man.
What do you mean Minnis ain't
That fella's finished with Minnis. Listen, Minnis is my buddy, my friend. Minnis put those guys in cabinet, they were all backstabbers. He knew that. He took a chance, and they're going to take him out. He will not get, could you imagine the former Prime Minister of the country
yes,
not get a nomination?
No.
That's as low as you can go.
It's a travesty.
And that's what they want to do, is degrade his image to such an extent that he'll never get involved in politics again.
But why is he hanging around to be embarrassed then?
Because he was just a former Prime Minister. That's just the kind of cutthroat you got in the FNM. Who wants to take him out, especially the current leader?
But what do you all think about this? Dr. Minnis is hugely popular still in Killarney.
He has a lot of support, not in Killarney, he has a lot of support in the FNM. He has probably more support than the current leader of the FNM.
Oh?
Except maybe in Grand Bahama.
He's popular in Grand Bahama?
I say except, maybe except
I'm
in Grand
asking you,
Bahama.
Pintard is popular in Grand Bahama?
Not really, but whatever little support he has, Minnis can probably equal his support.
To try and push Dr. Minnis out of Killarney, I think is ill-advised right now. That is a fight that the Free National Movement does not need. That is a secure seat. I think as we get closer to election, with all of the misgivings of the Progressive Liberal Party, maybe Pintard feel now he got it all in his hands, so he can do whatever he wants. I don't think that's a good move, because waiting on the default position may not quite happen, because the PLP has a lot of months that they can put some things together. I think the FNM has its own fight going in. Yes, they went in the convention and Pintard won overwhelmingly, but it never was all well. It never was still all together. And there's still a strong faction within the Free National Movement who's still trying to feel a leader, Honorable Mr. Michael Pintard. They're still trying to feel him, and they're still trying to figure out what is he about, where is he going, where is he taking the party. There's not been a clear direction or vision for the Free National Movement at this point. All we have is the...
Well, what does he need to do, though? My God, he's been a leader now for a minute. What does he need to do to be felt?
He speaks on every issue.
You hear people talking about, number one, at this point, they don't even know who their members of parliament going to be. You don't hear a clear vision as to what the FNM is putting forth as it relates to the government preparedness to lead the country. You hear only the criticism of what the Progressive Liberal Party is doing, not necessarily let the Bahamian people see this is a party that is ready. You know what? Let's take a look at the Free National Movement. I hear what they're saying. I see what they're putting forth, and I think this will be a better choice for us. People are not hearing that from Mr. Pintard at this point, at this juncture.
Leslie, you have anything to add?
I just believe that it's unfortunate that the former Prime Minister is not going to get a nomination due to the fact that the current leader don't really want him around and don't want to be in the same room with him. And we're going to see what's going to happen. The public, he still has all the public support within the Free National Movement. And I dare say if push was to come to shove, he'd probably get more votes than Pintard, but we should see what happens. That's their problem. I'm not interested in their problems. I just wish my buddy all the best.
You don't
and
need,
my cousin.
You don't need the people in Kalani to be upset with you for taking away their man. You don't need them to stay home from you, okay? Because that could spell disaster, like Leslie said.
Yeah, but in the last election, 35% of Bahamians didn't vote.
So you got to be very careful of that. You got to know what fights to take and when to take them. This is not a fight that the Free National Movement need right now.
Well, we certainly will see, Dr. Minnis. I thought we had a report here, but I saw in the newsroom, we were looking at it and obviously discussing it. He looked fit.
He's ready.
He looks fit to go another round. He seems to have maybe slimmed down a bit and getting battle ready or election ready. Certainly, and of course, I'll tell you this thing between Joe Beth and Chester Cooper, Joe Beth Colby Davis and Chester Cooper. If there is nothing to it, you all need to extinguish whatever that is. That's those embers that can quickly spark.
Some nasty stuff is going on social media
social media, social media,
and that is public.
As it relates to who?
That is the public, where the public get their information and their news from. That's where they go. So it just needs to be dealt with. Unfortunately, now the Progressive Liberal Party is chasing the narrative. They didn't get ahead of the narrative.
Yeah. Gentlemen, I thank you both very, very much. Of course, I thank our guests who are in Washington, D.C. We were happy to speak with them. They're headed now to many of the balls that are taking place at this very moment. They're in Washington, D.C. The balls, of course, to celebrate the inauguration of President Donald Trump, 47th President of the United States. We spoke with a few of them at the top of tonight's show. And then, of course, this wonderful Hot Topics panel, my wonderful contributors, Leslie Miller, Ellington Ferguson, getting on the issues, because listen, they didn't vote. The U.S. didn't vote.
Oh, yes.
They don't vote, yeah.
We gearing up to vote, and we can see exactly how this theater is now playing out.
Push is coming to shove.
Push is now coming to shove. Leslie, we can talk about who pushing and who shoving in a coming show very, very soon. But listen, I want to thank all of you for tuning in. Thank you all so much for tuning in this evening. We certainly enjoyed having you along, and we look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow evening. For the entire Beyond the Headlines team, I'm Shanique Miller. Make it a great evening.
Stay strong.